When people show you who they are, you better start believing them. Because let me tell you something, snakes don't hiss anymore. They call you babe, sis, bro, and friend. So when they show you who they are, you best believe. Welcome to Win-Win with Gwen, hosted by Gwendolyn Shores, author, inspirational speaker, transformational coach, and CEO of Minds Above Matters. This is the podcast where your dreams ignite, limits shatter, and action leads to the life that you deserve. Your breakthrough starts now. Talking about how to deal with betrayal. Betrayal can either break you or build you. Betrayal is different. I mean, you can either let it control you, or you can look through the muddy waters of betrayal and see that it could be your biggest blessing and your strongest lesson. So I prefer to let it build us, become a blessing, and a strong lesson. Because betrayal, once it's done to you, it is no longer about the person that did it. So we have to switch that betrayal up so it could be something that was done to you, but now it's something that's for you. Because in every negative thing, there is something positive when you learn how to find the positive inside of the negative. There's a yin and a yang, a positive, a negative, a right and a left. There's an opposite of everything. So trust and believe me, that betrayal has a negative side and a positive side. And we're trying to be people who live in gratitude. We're trying to be people who win. We're trying to be people who grow, because that's the type of person we want to be. We want to live a life of peace. We want to vibrate high so that we can bring the things to us in life that we deserve, that we desire. And it's hard to have those things come to us when we vibrate low, when we move from a level of anger, pain, fear. That's not what we want to do. So let me give you some lessons on how to change your betrayal into something that builds you. Today we're going to talk about letting it go. Stop holding on to people who show you who they are. When people show you who they are, you better start believing them. Because let me tell you something, snakes don't hiss anymore. They call you babe, sis, bro, and friend. So when they show you who they are, you best believe. We're also going to get an understanding of why it's important to let go of the pain, but not the lesson. And finally, we're going to take a look at betrayal from a positive light. Because believe it or not, betrayal can be your most divine protection. I want to share with you, before we get into all of those lessons, a story of when my roommate betrayed me. When I tell you, she hurt me. I came from a very protective household. My mom and dad didn't let me go to a lot of places or be around a lot of people. And when I moved into the dorm and she became my roommate, I took to her immediately. She took to me. I immediately, less than 2 weeks, called her my BFF, my best friend, my ace boom coon. She was my everything. She was my sister from another mother. She was everything. I fell in love with her. I shared my deepest secrets with her, and she shared hers with me. I'm talking about, I could not believe that I had came to school in my first semester. I met my best friend, and we were blessed enough to live with each other. Life didn't get any greater than that. I also met my first college crush. Woo, he was so fine. He had the biggest crush on me. He would call me. He would buy me lunch. We were really at a courting stage, and I was really, really feeling him. So my best friend started acting very suspicious. She started whispering on the phone. Now, this is the girl I told you that we shared every secret we could with each other. We were like this. So why was she whispering on the phone? I would talk to the guy who had the crush on me, and he would say, "Hey, I called you. Did your roommate tell you?" And I'd be like, "No, she didn't." And that happened a couple of times. And I was like, "Wait a minute." A red flag started signaling me. So she's whispering. She's not telling me when he calls me. So, my father, he always told me, he said, "Gwendolyn, real friends, true friends, they're hard to find. Everybody's not your friend. They could be acquaintances, they could be associates, but everybody's not your friend. Do not give people that title until they've earned it." Well, I thought she earned it. I mean, 2 weeks in, and I was feeling her. But I didn't know that she was a hissing snake. You see, diamonds, my father said, good friends are like finding diamonds. They're very rare and hard to find. And I started to see what he meant. You see, diamonds, they can also be fake. They're rare and fake. I didn't find a friend. I found a snake. But my intuition, it was strong. It was telling me something was wrong because every time I mentioned his name, she smiled and frowned at the same time. You can read a person's body language. I would say, like, did he call today? Yeah, he called. I was like, what is all that about? Yeah, he called. What is that? What is that about? Everything about her was off. But I kept telling myself, well, she didn't mean anything by it. I was making up excuses for her. So then I remember something my mama told me, because honey, my parents taught me a lot. Mama said, every closed eye ain't sleep. Every closed eye ain't sleep. So I played sleep. She called my name. She said, Gwen. I was like, I had a fake snort and everything. Gwen, you sleep? Oh, I played it off. She got comfortable. But every closed eye ain't sleep. She called him, and I heard her telling him how she felt about him, how she was hurt because he called me the other night. And then it's as if the knife wasn't already in my back. My BFF, my sister from another mother, she turned that knife. She said, I don't see what you see in her anyway. She ain't that cute. What you want with her when you got me? It took everything for me not to jump up out of that bed and yank her from that top bed. But I held my composure. I held it tight. And instead of me acting a fool, because I was about to act a fool, I decided that they weren't worth it. And when someone betrays you, it's not worth it. But I want to tell you this. When they show you who they are, believe them. Because let me tell you why it's important. It's important that you believe them because when they stay in your life too long, they have the opportunity to do more damage. That's why betrayal, once you see it, you can use it to get people out of your life who have no business being there. Once you actually experience that betrayal, the power is now in your hands. Because prior to the betrayal, that person was talking about you behind your back. setting up invisible traps. They were doing all kinds of things to you. So you have to look at betrayal and literally say, thank you. Thank you for appearing in my life. Thank you for letting me see that person for who they really are, because now I'm going to remove them so they cannot continue to do damage. When a person shows you who they are, believe them. Stop making excuses like, oh, well, maybe it's just my imagination, or maybe they didn't mean to do that, or I'm going to give them another chance. Chance to what? No. Betrayal has now allowed you to see them for who they really are. And once you see them for who they really are, the pain that you experience, even the pain, is a privilege. When she hurt me, I took my pain and I acknowledged it. No, you don't pretend that you're not hurt. Cry if you have to. And once you're all cried out, look at that betrayal and start to see the lessons. Start to acknowledge the red flags that were there that you ignored, because now you're going to learn to never ignore those again. It's going to be harder for someone else to betray you because you're learning now from that. So that betrayal became a blessing and a lesson. You now understand what a red flag really looked like and how not to ignore it, and to use all the lessons that you found yourself acknowledging at the time of the betrayal. So yes, now betrayal becomes a painful lesson turned into a blessing. Betrayal also can become a divine level of protection. Because let me tell you something. People will betray you. But once they betray you, you will actually be able to remove them out of your life and stop them from blocking blessings that you have coming. Once you remove them out of your life, you then allow yourself to get up, get out, and get something amazing for yourself. Because as they betray you and that pain hits you and you pretend you don't see them for who they really are, you're literally holding on to stress. 70% of the people through a study have been betrayed. So, I'm out here talking to you right now. And if you've been betrayed, I just want to let you know that you're not alone. You're not alone. So use that betrayal as divine protection, because now you know how to protect yourself. You know how to deal with it. You understand that when someone comes at you, you're not going to second guess it. When they show you who they are, you're not going to look for excuses. When they cause you pain, you're going to look at the lessons that came after the pain. Once they betray you, you're going to know how to get up because you can, because you're strong. Maybe that betrayal knocked you down 1, 2, 3, but you got up on 4 because you know, because of the first time you dealt with betrayal, that betrayal will not break you. It will build you. Because you are an amazing person. I know they did things to hurt you. But you're amazing. And you can get through it. Betrayal comes from friends, relationships, co-workers. Betrayal can be done at different levels of your life. But along with that betrayal, when you see those individuals from different areas of your life betraying you, you can now catch it immediately. You don't have to keep seeing red flags, red flags, red flags. You can pay attention to that intuition, see that red flag for the first time, and react in a manner which saves you a whole bunch of trouble. So now your circle of people that you have around you, that circle is going to be smaller. That circle of friends that you have around you, you're going to understand that those friends are like diamonds, and you should not have a lot of those so-called frenemies around you. Your circle is going to become smaller, but along with that small circle is going to be more power, more love, more support, because you can get way more of that from one friend than you can from two frenemies. Betrayal is something of a gift. It has been a pleasure talking to you today about betrayal. I hope you've learned a lot about betrayal. I hope that now you can say, okay, yeah, I've been betrayed, but let me look at this different. Let me learn a lesson. Let me see the blessing. Let me build from it instead of being broken from it. Yes, it happened to you, but once it happens to you, you have to switch it around so it'll be something for you, because there's nothing you can do once it's happened to get rid of it. It's done. It's in the past. Now it's time to focus on your future. I want to thank you for joining me today. If you dealt with betrayal in the past, tell me about it in the comments. Tell me how you handled it. Give us some advice. This is my point of view. I want to hear your point of view, because this is not all about me helping you. It's about us helping each other, because on Win with Gwen podcast, we're here to grow together. And don't forget to like this video, share this video, and most definitely subscribe, because I want you to be able to get notice when the next episode of Win with Gwen is released on Fridays. Yes, we release a new episode every Friday. It's just amazing to me that you keep showing up here. You are a special person. You're willing to show up on this podcast and do the work. See, I see you. I love you. And I congratulate you on taking out the time to do the work so that you can create the life that you've always dreamt of, so that you can continue your journey and find your purpose. Because everybody ain't out here trying to find their purpose, trying to become a better person, trying to live a life of gratitude. But you are. You understand that you have to do the work, because the only way you're going to become a better person, to have the life that you always dreamed of, is if you do the work. You've got to do the work, and you're doing it. And so until next time, I just want to tell you, you're amazing. You are amazing. I love you guys. I'll check you guys out next week. Bye.